Hey guys, this is a break of day, A Shade of Vampire 7 by Bella Forrest, and this is where Derek and Sophia kind of hit a rock because Sophia gets taken shortly after giving birth to her twins. She doesn't even know what happened to either of them, and she, shortly after being taken, gets transported to Crewer, which she loses her immune ability so that she is able to turn into a vampire, and does. In which case, the elder in charge of all of the other elders takes her form, if that makes any sense. That gets interesting because Derek is so desperate to find Sophia and their son that he makes a deal with the Hawks, Aiden's boss, and the hunters, legendary beings, I guess they are. So yeah, that is a trip and a half. So we find out that Keeve is the one who took Ben, and he takes him, we later find out, to Aviary, which is the Hawks realm, and we have to figure out a way to get him out of there. So we strike up a deal with Aaron and the Hawks that as soon as Sophia returns, we get her back from wherever, Crewer, where she is currently being held. Aiden, Sophia's dad, will be turned into a hawk and essentially leave everyone behind to become a hawk and live at the aviary. So then we also have a deal with the Ageless, the leader of the witches, and she is able to help us close some of the portals, and we kind of strike a deal with her to allow us access to one portal so that we can dive in and get our family and loved ones out of there, because not only is Aiden there, Ben is there, and 3 of the humans are there. The other immune, Anna, the leader of the humans of the Shade, Ian, and Kyle, the vampire turned human first guy. So yeah, that gets very interesting, and we learned that Keeve was able to enter Aviary just because of Sophia's influence on him, because he wants to be a better man for her, as do literally every vampire male she's ever come in contact with. So there's that. But we find all of our people and bring them back to the Shade that has been destroyed beyond recognition, pretty much, and we have to rebuild. And that's when we learn about Vivian, Derek's twin sister. We learn about her devastating story, because the elder who took over Sophia also took over Xavier, Vivian's almost lover. Like, she's been in love with him for centuries but never said anything. And yeah, so she kind of breaks down and screams her head off over how much she loves this guy, and that's when chill bumps form on me as the reader's arms, and he is standing behind her and he replies, "Well, I love you too." And she kind of is like, okay, I must be daydreaming because I can hear his voice. And then he says it again, and she's like, well, wait. So she looks behind her and sees him, and she's thinking, okay, I'm hallucinating. So she reaches out to touch him and pokes him in the eye. just Hey, that was my eye. And so she does it again, and that's when he kisses her and proposes. Well, she proposes, and yeah, that they have a Shadian wedding. So yeah, Vivian gets her happily ever after, along with Derek and Sophia, who do save Ben, and they realize that the cure could work for Sophia, so she gets to raise her children as a human. And they do end up buying, or Aiden buys the beach house that they looked at and wanted it really bad, and gave it to them and put it in their name, and that's where they are raising their children. Every once in a while, or every now and then, they go back to the Shade to check in and rule the island to give Vivian and Xavier a break, because come on now, Sophia and Derek are the actual king and queen of the Shade, so they have to bear some responsibilities. But they do spend a lot of their time at the Mortal Beach home just to raise their children. So I think that is a wonderful ending to their story. And the best part is, at the very back, we get a letter from Bella Forrest, and it says, "Dear Shaded, I'm writing this note to you after I've literally just typed the last word. This book is likely to be the conclusion of Derek and Sophia's story arc. I say this with tears in my eyes because, yes, I will miss them both dearly. That said, I don't plan to abandon the world of the Shade. There are characters who simply won't leave me in peace until I've told their stories. Kiev is one such character. When I first wrote Kiev into this series, I honestly didn't expect much from him. But as the series progressed, his character began haunting me more and more. Why did he take Ben? How and why did he go to the aviary? And what will happen to him next? How did he become the man he is today? Is he even capable of a happily ever after? There's a side to Kiev that I find more interesting and intriguing than our beloved Derek. I look forward to exploring these questions myself and sharing his story with you in the next book, A Shade of Kiev. All my love, Bella, and everyone else in the world of the Shade, both living and deceased. P.S. You may meet Sophia and Derek again in future books and learn more about the twins. The next book I will be reading is A Shade of Kiev, just because she says so. I would recommend picking this book up, reading it, and let me know what you think in the comments. And if there are any other books that you want me to review, leave those in the comments as well. That's all for now. Have a great day, guys.